I want to do an overview of Nifty Payroll just to introduce you to how it looks and how it works. This is the homepage, and it consists of 5 columns. You have this main one, you have apps A, apps B, apps C, and this last one, the admin. The first one is where you get your payroll, your pay slips. You deal with the items there, the rates, the normal rates. I'll show you all this in detail, the employees, the organization, and payslip options. Apps A and B is where you capture your data that goes into the payslip. So in this video, I want to show you briefly how you put in data, and then I want to show you how payslips happen, and possibly if it doesn't take too long, maybe I'll show you some reports. So all the information that comes into the payslip comes from these, what I call apps. So anything that's fixed, like basic pay, will come into this fixed item. So you have the employee's name, then you have the item that you want in the payroll for this person. You say when to start. In this case, I've used January 2022 just so that I can get a full year for my employees. And you put no end if you've not terminated that information. If you wanted to increase somebody's pay, you would say period 2, the last month, and then you can add a line for that person with a new period from, and have it as no end as well. So that's for fixed items. Then things that vary from month to month would appear here. Let me just click here, all. So you notice the difference is this one has months, periods rather, and this one has period from, period to, which is the difference between what is fixed and what is V. That's what these F and V's are. So in varying items, you'll show which month you want that varying item to enter into. You have the name of the employee, you have the item, and you have the amount. So that's fixed and varying. Computed items is fixed, so it's similar to the first line. So name of the person, you have the formula that you want computed, and again you say from which period to when and what percentage you want. So in this case we are looking at a formula where let's go up here, you want to calculate a bonus from basic pay as a percentage, right? So if the source is the basic, what percentage will give you the bonus? So that's what computed items does. Then we come to forex pay. If you're paying some people in foreign currency, you can indicate it here. It's also fixed, so you can set period from, period to. You can say what the foreign currency is. This allows you to put different items, and then you have an amount. If you want to pay that person in forex again, you tick this, and the net pay will be recalculated into the same forex. Let's leave it like that for now. Pay per unit is a V, it's a variable, so let's do all so that we can see January. So for example, you have overtime. So this caters for absenteeism, leave, overtime, and wages. So you can choose what entry it is that you're making. In this case, we've selected overtime. Then there's a way to get rate per day and rate per hour. So you say how you want to pay whatever it is you're paying. So in this case, we've selected per hour, and we've said the quantity is 7. Then the system calculates. It takes the appropriate rate. In this case, it's 902.10 times 7 hours to give you a figure. This is where you get your rates from. So this calculates your daily rate and hourly rate, and I'll show you in detail how that works. Then you can have circles. In this case, I've put in some sample data for the circle. So the name of the employee, which circle you have a list of circles here you can add, and then you say from when to when. Is it a saving, or is the person paying the loan? In this case, we are putting savings. And then when it comes to the loan payments, I've put some sample data inside the variable, because this sometimes changes from month to month. So in my example, I only have loan payments sitting in the variable, and you'll see how that works. Payments is advances. So I put an example advance. So this person in January on the 14th took an advance of 10,000, and you'll see how that works, right? So that is those are your A apps. If we now look at the B apps, this one covers all benefits. It covers reliefs, and it covers pension, which is an allowed plus a deductible. And then if you have loans and leave, it can be handled in here as well. And there's an app to help you calculate lump sum payments. So in the car benefit, I've just got one example, employee name. It runs from January to no end. You say the registration number. Then this is how the benefit information is supposed to be captured as per KRA. You want to know whether the vehicle is owned or hired. You want to know the value of the car, either by purchase or hire, and the amount of the benefit. And then you can put other information which is required for the iTax. You have these items, you put the CC rating, and you put the make. Yeah, I'll put that information later. Other benefits, here we are talking about electricity, furniture, phone, water. Yeah, you can see them there. This is as per the rates provided by KRA. The ones which are below 1 is basically a percentage, right? Now this one, the reason why you see I means that if you have an amount that is different for the month that you're processing, you can put the variable amount as an entry in I think, let's say you can do it here. Yeah, like here you can see this is a benefit and it's an I. It appears in the information. So in this case we are saying the phone bill, now this is tied to this, which is why you have 0, right? The phone bill is 20k in the month of January, and then you'll see how that translates back into benefits. If there was a fixed month, which is unusual for telephone, you would just put the fixed amount every month. For the other kinds of benefits, you either have fixed values. In fact, it's mostly fixed values, right? The only one which is a percentage is the phone and the furniture. And usually with the furniture, the value would remain the same for a long duration of time. You'll see how they get into the payslip. So that's other benefits. Then you have house benefit. So this now has to do with the housing that you're giving your employees as an employer. Are you, if you're a farm, have you provided a house for your employees? Or if you're a non-farm, you would use either these two. Do you own the house? Is it rented? Again, you'll see how this enters. Now, because this is a required field in the P10, the system will automatically give everyone benefit not given, unless you come and now set it that in one of the other options. So in this case, you can see everyone has benefit not given from January to no end. And then where you do provide the house, you've got to provide these two values, even if it is 0. What's the market value, or what is the employee pay, right? So that's a house benefit. Pension, it caters for, so name, the pension institution. You can add institutions if you want. And then you say what period, and then you say whether it's an employee pension contribution or organization pension contribution. And then if you have opening balances that you want to show the employees what the total contributions they have to date, you can put in the opening balances for the employee and the org, and you can say what date those opening balances are on. And then if you put less than 1, it assumes it's the percentage. If you put an amount more than one, it will take it as an amount. So for example, if I change this to 5,000, it would pick 5,000. When I use 0.06, it takes 6% of my income. We come to home relief. This covers owner-occupied interest and affordable housing. So I've got an example here where I've used affordable housing. The person is contributing 20,000 to National Housing Corporation, and you'll see how this comes into the system. If you had owner-occupied interest with an employee, you would come put in the entry. If the institution is not listed here, you can come and add it. Insurance relief, so name, the insurer, again you can put your own insurers in here, period from to, and then you say what's the premium the person is contributing. Do you want to deduct it? In the case where the organization deducts the premiums and pays directly to the insurance company, you would tick, and then the relief is 15%. And then if that particular policy is not covered, is not allowed for deduction, you can untick. So you'll have the premium deducted for payment to the insurance company, and there'll be no relief. But if relief applies, just make sure everyone is ticked. Then this other information is again what is required in the iTax sheet. So you would come and complete it for all these people. Loans and leave, I don't have any data for now, and not for lump sum. So in terms of data input, we have used all the apps in A and B that are applicable. In the next one, I'm going to show you how the pay slips are calculated and the reports.